I understand the peculiarities of your organization. However, like you have said, I just have to be drawing your attention to it so that you don't. Also, please be careful too, because when you do something wrong, nobody will know that you're not a technical person. And I would always advise you that before you do something, before you try something, especially in fraud, you can be playing around with it. Even in dev self, something like transport can mess up the whole system. So you just have to be very careful. When you mess up on a system in SAP, that time you know that they will ask you whether this is your role and it's a serious issue. So that's why you need to be careful when it's going out of your role.
So normally, if you, like I said, if you make a change to a GL account, right? I changed the GL account by the client request. So normally, how does it work?
Now, when you say you made a change in a GL, what kind of change?
So you know in OBYA?
Yes.
What's OBYA again? That's a intercompany, let me see, I think I have it open here. OBYA is the automatic post clearing account for intercompany, right?
Yes.
So the client sent a message that they have this 1110, I'm still on this 1110 issue that is posting to a different account. Okay. So when I checked here, I did some research and I checked here, I saw that, okay, the account that is posting to an intercompany clearing account that they don't want it to post to. Okay. So I went in here and I changed it. And I'm thinking, okay, after I do that, I should do a change request now. So no. A transport request, right?
You don't need to do any transport requests.
So how is it going to show in QA and in test?
They are supposed to do it in their prod. Now, it's not everything that goes through transport. What goes through transport is customization. Say, for example, you did a new account group for a customer, or you did a new plant, or you created a new number range. Those are the kind of those things that affect. You see this back end I'm in here, SPRO. It is when you make changes in your customization, that is when you use transport.
Oh,
like
here. Hello? I can hear you. I'm trying to understand. Okay, go ahead. I'm looking for my notes. I wrote down what I did.
But things like changing one GL, those GLs are already existing in the prod. You did not do anything new. Even if you create a new GL, it's still in the prod.
Are you kidding me? And when I responded to her, she said, thank you. Hold on. But I did something, I'm trying to look for the note, and it created like a transport, let me see. It created like I think a transport request, did it? 1 second. Yes, I created a transport request for that change.
What is it? No, it's not all changes now. It's not all changes. The changes that you use transport requests for are customization and technical changes. They are not normal transactional changes.
Oh, so I can just update the GL. Are you saying I can just go in and update it in QA and also they can do it in prod?
If you create the GL in prod and use it, you don't need to transport those ones. Because those are
so you're saying they can do it so no need to test it. They can do it in QA. I can update it in QA.
Yes.
Oh, it actually it doesn't. Oh, I know why I did that. So it looks like in QA is grayed out. I don't have rights to update it in QA, but in dev I can update it.
It's just like it's not a problem actually. It's just trying to tell you that you do not have rights. That's why now see what this thing is doing to you. You are still trying to go beyond your bounds. And I've been trying to, that's the thing I'm trying to preach to you, but you might not understand now. maybe later. Now, the thing is that when you don't have access to a particular area in SAP, you don't go through another means. You ask for the right to do what you want to do. If you do it in development, if it's not a customization issue, if it's just a change in GL, why are you doing it in dev? Just go to QA and do it. Don't open the QA client and do it there. The thing that
let me go to QA. I think I checked in QA and it's grayed out.
If it's graded out, then you need the access. You need the rights to do stuff on QA. They have not given you because they feel you don't need it. You're not supposed to be doing that. So even if you transport it to QA, you might not still have the right to do any other change or even affect the change there. You will just transport the GL, but to do the correction there, you will not still do it. So the thing is that people who have access to these areas, there are people who are permitted to do this transport and these changes. You don't have access to QA. You can't do a transport to QA.
Okay.
Because it's in QA, you will test what you have transported.
So I created a transport request. I don't even know how, but I created one.
The question is that thing you created, are you supposed to create a transport request for?
So I'm not supposed to, is what you're saying?
No.
Yeah, I get that.
No, but let me tell you what you should use transport request for, so that you can understand. Now, the thing is that things like transactional GL changes, creating new GL and changing it in one document, those things are not transport required changes. Transport required change is a change that happens in customization. So let's say, for example, your client comes and says he has only 2 account groups for local customers and for foreign customers. He says, no, that we have another group of customers we call one-off customers. We want to be able to make sure that when we create customers, they go into that group. That kind of request is a customization request, because you need to go to the back, which is this SPRO, and do the customization. When you do the customization, it will not move to QA until you move that transport. And as you're moving it, it's going straight to the customization of QA, so that you can be able to use it in the transaction side of that QA to test it.
Okay.
So the thing is that it's not all transactions you transfer. It's only cost. Now let me show you something. Let me just show you so that you can understand better. If you go to SEC1, which is the transaction code that handles transport. Before we go to SEC1, let's go to SE10. Let me check. SE10. Okay, SE10. SE10 is like your transport organizer. It's what prepares your customization for transport. Are you seeing the request type? Customizing request, workbench request, transport. These are the things you can transport. What is customization? Because workbench, these other 3 are for the technical consultants. For functional consultants, we have access to SPRO, so we can do customizing requests. So let's say this is me, this is the user. What kind of customization requests can I transport? So I will leave this at customizing request and I'll just click on enter. Now, are you seeing that it has taken me to the request, to the customization screen in my SAP?
Yes.
It is not GL, it's not end user activity. This is purely on customization for consultants. Now, let's say I did a configuration.
So, you know, on this screen, I can see, on this screen, I can see my transport, what is it called? Transport request. I see the number, EAD, whatever number.
Okay.
So I sent a message to our dev lady I told her, okay, I created a transport request. This is the number. Can you move it to QA and test? And she came back to me with like 25 pages that I should read through the 25 pages and use that to set up to move the transport. So apparently we're supposed to do it. Like, when I say we, I mean the consultants were supposed to do it, not her.
Yes, of course. Now, can you see the activities that are under customization?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
These are customization activities. They are not things you can do in your end user screen.
Okay.
There are things you can only do in SPRO.
Mm-hmm.
So you see payment terms. Now, if I did a customization in payment terms, and I want to move that customization from my development to my QA, this is the request. These are the transactions. These are the customizations that happened in my SPRO that I want to move.
Okay.
So it's really about customizations. Now, what will happen if I want to move this particular, because if you check here, these are the customizing tasks. This is what I want to transport. So if I open a new screen and go to SCC1, which is where now this activity is not carried out by functional consultants. Your work as a functional consultant stops in your customization. When you are done with this customization, you will pass this information to the basis team. The basis team will look at your customization request, also make discussions or make additions or try to make the confirmations. Then they will go to SCC1 and do the transport. They are trained to do these activities. They know the effect on your tables. So now you see the source. This is the source client, the client that is receiving this transport. So like you said, can you transport from, you want to transport from 300 to client 400 to client 300, or the client that is receiving that the client which is your QA that is receiving that transport is what you put here. If I, for example, click on test and say start immediately, because I want to transport the changes I have done in customizing. I don't want foreground, please. Okay, program is successful. If I remove this test and say start immediately, it will tell me cross clients. That means I want to move a transport, a customization request I have done from clients 800. the source client will be 000 to 800. 800 is the client I'm logged into. 000 is the source client. Now, what will this thing do? It will move all these customizations that I've done in SPRO, to move all these customizations to the clients that I have specified. That is the essence of what transport is.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is transport is you go to your back end, you do a new customization that is not existing in quality. When you're done with the customization, you let your basis team know so that they can transport. When they transport to QA, you now go to QA and test what has been transported to make sure that it is what the client requested. If it's fine, then you move another transport from QA to prod, and the client starts using, the end user starts using.
Okay.
So
this one that I created now, I'm looking at in SC10, I'm looking at the transport organizer.
Okay.
So I mean, what will happen to it now?
What did you create?
I created transport.
Before you transported, what did you? What were you trying
Yeah,
to
I said in OBYA, I updated the GL account based on the client's email.
Okay. You did a clearing.
Yeah, so you don't have any accounts on yours, but on mine they had accounts. So I just updated the accounts based on, they were saying, oh, this 1110 was configured to, they just copied the configuration from 1105. They don't want the clearing account to be the clearing account used for 1105. This is the account they wanted. Yeah. So when I did my research, I saw that, oh, truly that the account that was in OBYA is the account they said they didn't want. I just changed it in dev. So I think the system prompted me to create a transport request, or maybe I did. I don't know. I don't know how it happened, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. If this is FI configuration, it will require you to do a transport.
Oh, so what I did was right.
Was right.
Okay.
Because this is a configuration. This is a customization. So what you did is right.
Okay, so I have this request now. So how do I transport it? I guess that's the issue.
You go to SCC1.
Okay. The client is logged for data import. Okay. I'm not able to go to SCC1. It says the client is.
Why will you go there? Why will you go there? When you're done, please, you're not supposed to do any transport yourself. Please, carry that to your transport. Contact your basis guy. Let them transport it for you to kill.
I'm sorry, I have to laugh.
Why SCC1 go?
You said I should go to SCC1, right?
I said, why SCC1 go go, sir? They leave you go be.
Okay, so when it says the client is locked for data import by clients, what does that mean?
That client, that's the route you're going through. It's not open. You can't do transport. You don't have the rights.
Okay.
It's not open for transport.
Okay.
I guess the basis people know, they have locked it.
Yeah.
Because that transport is a serious matter, and if it's not tested by these guys, you might just go and mess up people to kill. It's not something that.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's not something that we.
Okay.
Just talk to them. Tell them.
I think I'll push it back to her. Yeah. I'll tell her. She probably will tell me maybe we should do it together, but I will push it back to her. She sent me a 25-page oh, someone is trying to call me. She sent me a 25-page instructions, but to me it's intimidating because when I looked at the instruction, I said, this is serious.
Instruction on how to do transport.
Yes, 25 pages. So I'm like, I don't mind reading it, because our people don't like to read, and I'm trying to break from that. I don't mind reading, but it's just serious, actually. It's too intimidating for me.
No, it's not. The thing is, like I said, she's not even supposed to give you that thing. It's not because look, I know that people are small and you're trying to do it, but if you have a basis person or a technical technical person. It's not your. Even if you read it, even if you finish that 25 pages, you will still not be able to do that transport if they don't give you access. If you have a basic thing, we are going to use the guy, let him transport it.
Okay, I'm going to have to push back on that. Yeah.
See, you have a lot to do in this your anyway. I guess it's work too, but this is where your power is. This is a functional. Where is that finance?
Okay.
This financial accounting here is for you, and everything the core activities here is for you. So that's where your focus should be on. All these other guys are back their basis. You will never see them come to do something that doesn't concern them. I don't know, but even though it's in a small place, you can't tell a business person come and be posting.
So, but have you done transport requests? Have you done that? Because it seems like you know about it now.
I know transport requests, but I don't think I've never done it myself because all the administration I've worked in, you have to handle these things. But I know.
Let me push back. I'll push back on her to do it. I'll tell you I've never done it and I'm worried about doing it. So, but I don't want it has to be every time, huh?
Yeah. Try, but I mean, it's not something
yeah. So if it's a big company, my sister got a job in Deloitte. So if it's a big company, they have everything is like this is what you do. But when you're working for a small, like I've told you many times, a small company, you are the one doing everything. You have your role, but sometimes when they need you, there's other stuff that normally somebody else would do. They don't have anybody to do it. So that's just the way it is for now.
Give you time to be good in your own role.
Yeah.
Very good in your own. That's
okay.
Be working with. Just do everything. SAP is so wise that when you come out and you don't focus on you,
okay.
Like you're not doing anything. Even as you're trying to do it.
You sound very far. Are you close to the speaker?
Yeah.
My volume is at the highest.
I am. Can you hear me now?
Okay, let's try.
Yeah, so even as you're trying to do everything, try to also be cautious so that you also once in a while remind them too that some areas that you're delving to it's beyond your scope. Not a bad thing.
Okay, no worries. So I'll have her move it to. So I did it in dev. So how does it work? She should move it to. Is it the test client and QA?
Yeah.
Okay. For testing, right?
Yes.
And then what happens after they test it and everything is fine? Then what happens? How does it go to prod?
They move it the same way.
If I have access, I'll move it to prod. Okay, I'll create another transport request.
Yes.
Okay.
I'll move from QA to prod.
To prod, okay.
Well, do you people have a basis person? Sorry, let me ask.
Huh?
Do you have a basis consultant?
I don't think so. There's this dev lady. I don't think they have a basis person. They have like two they do. I'm guessing like they are developers. This lady, I know this lady is a developer. That's her ABAP, yeah. Is it ABAP? Is it the same thing?
No, but they are close to basis guys.
Okay. Yeah, they don't. I don't think they have a basis person.
See ABAP. If you go to these guys will not do functional work. It's not the way SAP is. You go to but the one way functional person will do technical things. Technical person will ever do
anything. Okay.
Second, let me show you.
So if I tell the lady that I've never done a transport request, is that
is it that you have never done, but
okay.
You don't have the how do I put it now? That you would like to see a transport request done from, end to end, for you to understand the effects. You understand?
Okay.
You need to see an actual transport done so that you understand the impact it will have on both on the clients that you're moving into and how. And when you move it, then it's now your work to test it in QA.
Yeah, but I have to first of all push it back
Right.
to her so she knows it's not like I'm not,
Yeah, I understand. Just tell her you don't have you have tried to run the transport. However, you have limited knowledge on the effect. You have limited knowledge on the effect of this process.
Okay.
And you would like to see it, like to get support on it. To understand it better. You don't understand the effect.
Okay.
These are technical. Now, if you check in SE10, you see workbench requests. Now, for the technical team, when they do any technical change, like they do some customization in the tables, they write new programs, they use this workbench to use their own requests. While functional guys use customizing requests to, what we call it transport request. You do your transport request and send to Basis. Basis will now execute your request. That's why it's called transport request.
So how does it normally work, or does it depend on the organization?
Just moves to see. Now let me show you. If I click on enter, you see this is at the back, right?
Yeah. This
is a customization. If you move this request to QA, all these things, all this table, this thing is carrying inside it is a table. This is a table. It will move this whole table to QA. So everything in this content, everything inside this folder will automatically just go to QA.
Okay.
Then it will now make it exist as if you created it in QA.
Okay.
So it will just make that new customization you have done in dev to be existing in QA so that you can run it in QA and test it.
Okay.
That's all it does. It's just moving.
So how does it work? Is it immediate or is it overnight? Is it a couple days? How does it work?
Like you see, when we run, you can do it immediately. You go to SCC.
Oh, really?
See, now start immediately.
Oh, okay.
And you can do it you can also schedule it.
Okay. Okay, please give me like 5 seconds. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back.
So that's actually the essence of transport request. It's just to move.
All right, cool.
Customization to a new client. That's all. So they have a basis team. If you have any just tell her, maybe your head will know how to, your head will put you through this.
Okay.
And see the effects. Once you see it, you're doing it again. Okay, I think that's for transport anyway. It's just that's just the effect. What will happen that transport system. Okay, so is there any That one we talked about last week, how far?
Which one?
The ending balance, beginning balance.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so right now I'm just waiting for feedback from the client. What did I even do? That was a little stressful, but yeah, so I ran the program in dev and in QA to carry over the balances from 2020 to 2021. The only challenge they have right now is, I don't know if I sent it to you, but in FTWH, that's FI, that's a legal requirement report. It doesn't show the GL account. So I don't know if I sent it to you. So there's no way for them to back into what the balances should be on the report. But on the view, on the FTWH view, there's a trial balance summary. I think I spoke to you about that trial balance summary. That trial balance summary has the GL account. And so all of the reports on that view are like the extract report. They should have the same data, I'm thinking. So I use that as my baseline to compare to F16. I ran F16 in test. I exported the data and I compared that to FTWH, the trial balance summary. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Please, I need to go.
That's fine. That's okay.
Let's see if you have any.
Is it after 11 your time? Okay. All right. So
I need to check my. I think I need to come back to the US so that we'll be using the same time.
What did you say? You want to come back to the US? Do you really?
No,
you really want to come to the US?
It's actually.
Huh?
I would have loved US, but for now,
US?
UK is in the plan.
Oh, you want to move to the UK?
Yeah.
Really? Okay. Oh, why now?
Why?
Yes, now. There are many people who don't don't want to leave that country now.
Oh, Nigeria, actually.
Yes, now, because when you move out of there, it's a different world, right? Yeah. People don't sound the way you sound now. You say things 10 times, you have to repeat it to them so they can hear you.
Everybody will go cook. We will cook. I have friends there. I have friends that are always calling me.
Oh, you do? Oh, okay.
One left in February. He got a direct job. One left in December. One left in November. One left in February.
It is family or what?
Oh, just him. He's a young man.
Oh, but you have a family, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you're planning to move with your family?
Sure.
Huh?
Sure.
Oh, okay, that's nice. That's nice.
I have some, yeah. Basically, you see this SAP we're doing here is there are opportunity. I mean, the things here are basically support. So most of the customizations and configurations happen somewhere else, and that's where we want to go.
Oh, okay.
That's where the money is.
Okay.
It's a plan, I handed it over today.
Some people don't want to leave that country. Most people, I won't say most people. There are people who don't want to leave.
Nigeria is not so much of a bad place.
Yeah, I mean, because a lot of people, when they come over here, they are lonely. It's not like in Nigeria, you come out, you see everybody on the streets. You can't do that here. There's nobody, you're not greeting anybody on the street. There's nobody, just you. It's just you and your family, and it's hard for men. It's very hard for most men here, Especially, well, I think you probably know. I don't want to begin
except if you have a lot of variations around. So
because, here they respect women in the Western world. They don't respect women so much in Nigeria. So it's hard for men to adjust to that reality. There's nobody. Oh, yeah. Like if you go out to eat in Nigeria with your husband or boyfriend, they will turn and thank the man, even if it's the woman who paid. All those nonsense they do. You pay for valet parking in Nigeria. It happened to me a lot of times. I went for my husband's sister's, his daughter's wedding. We had valet parking. I paid the guy, gave him tip. He turned and thanked Oga. I'm like, excuse me, So yeah, but you know, women back home, they accept it. It's okay. It's a thing of honor in quotes. They are used to it. But here you don't have that. Here they respect women as they respect men. Maybe they may even respect women more. Women get jobs faster here. Black women than so when men come here, Nigerian men, not here, I'm talking even Western world, it's hard for them to adjust because all that so-called respect and honor they have. It's a big thing. You don't see it here. So, and then you have a wife who is working. Anyway, I don't want to go into so much stuff. You already know the story because you kind of have to come out of here to experience it for yourself.
Yeah.
But it's hard for men. I know doctors who are people who are making good money, men, and they are still homesick. They want to go back to Nigeria. They can't deal with it. So it's shiny and nice on the outside, but when you get into it, no, there's
especially when the Nigerian man goes to his village. That's when he go
yes. Who knows you here? They call you by your first name. You see a young teenage girl walking in the store, they call him a grown-up man by his first name, talk to you like you are her mate, and the Nigerian man will be looking like, am I your mate? No, it doesn't work like that. So they feel out of place. It's easier for the women to adjust more than the men. Yeah. They feel out of place. It's hard for them to adjust, but you know, you have to if you talk, somebody who wants to go out, there's no talking you can talk. You have to feel it, come out and experience it by yourself. You know.
My twin brother is in the UK. Actually.
Oh, he is? Okay. Yeah. And he likes it.
But like this thing you're saying, I remember that he's normally a typical Igbo man, but I just observed since he's married his wife, because the lady was in UK too. I think he changed more like,
yes,
like you're saying, yeah, he changed, yeah. I think these days you're hearing, let me talk to my wife. Blah, 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 blah.
There you go. Because she's working and he's working, and the women will get the job fast. The man is still struggling to get the job. So yes, it's very.
And when they come back, you see that they're not always. I mean, that thing rubs off on them somehow. I think it's the Nigerian thing will now try to come up, but you just see as a Nigerian, as a Nigerian person that guy that left and his clothes has changed.
He subdues you. The abroad subdues the men. The women are the women like it better because you are ahead, you are respected, you get jobs easier, faster. Yeah. You know, you are more financially empowered most of the time. Yeah. And women are really financially empowered here, the Nigerian women who come here fast, you know. The man is a little tougher for them. Yeah. So it's hard, yeah. So it's hard. So it subdues them. A lot of them would rather come back to Nigeria if they can have their way, but yeah, but you have to kind of
like he comes back. He took them there. He refused to resign here. I beg. After this thing, I come back, stay 1 or 2 months, go back, see that Western life. I think it's part of it. Okay.
Yeah, you have to experience it for yourself. Okay.
Have a nice day.
Yeah, so you too. Thank you. All right. Bye.